everyone. I'm very happy to greet you all today because this is the first week of our birthday celebrations. I'm going to give people a second there to join in so that you have a chance to see what's going on. But it has been a very exciting week because we've got to actually share an awful lot of what has been going on and all of our highlights, both pattern and business-wise, that have been happening over the last 15 years. I am a terrible birthday person. Normally, for me and as a family, I tend to be awful about actually celebrating birthdays. I have a tendency to forget all about it, and suddenly it's gone past and you go, oh, should have done something about that. But it's actually been really fun celebrating as a business because it's more than just me. It's a celebration within, well, everyone who's part of the community out there. You've been sharing our memories. Last week we sent out a newsletter, and the memories that people sent in were just incredible. I really, really appreciate every one of you that replied to that email and shared it with us, because it made us realize that our memories are your memories, and that everybody has got their, there's different things and different parts of our history that resonate with different people. So it was amazing to actually hear all of that. We have got lots more things happening over the next 10 days. So I'm going to share a few with you today, talk about what's come up, and give you a little overview of some of the fun things that are coming up. I've got a couple of questions in here, I think. If you do have a question or you've got something you want to know about what's coming up in the next few weeks, please pop it in here and I will answer if I can. Hi, Cecily from Canada. Elsa Louise is admiring Liz's birthday cake. I am going to be sure to share that with you all in a minute because it is just glorious. Thank you all for the birthday wishes. It's a lot more fun celebrating a birthday when it's a business than just as a person, and you get to have several weeks of celebrations. We've got a hello from Virginia there. You're new to Stone Stitches and you're looking forward to the next 15 years. So are we. It's been a fun 15 years, and if someone had asked me when I started off where I expected to be, I'm fairly certain it would not be right here, but I wouldn't change anything of the last 15 years. It's been a learning process. Linda, thank you very much. All right, thank you everyone. Now, let me share this amazing birthday cake. It is not an ordinary birthday cake. This is a knitted birthday cake that came in from Liz. Liz is up there somewhere, I'm fairly sure. She'll pop in. But this is not just it's more than a knitted birthday cake. It's a Stone Stitches knitting birthday cake, because we have skeins of Nua. We have a little book here, which is one of our designs in. We've got a little lady here. Liz, perhaps, is this me? Maybe it's me. A little red hair, more red hair than I usually do, but I can totally do red. And we've got all of these little, and you probably see them all backwards. We've got Seasons Club, Celtic Knits Club, and a whole bunch of little skeins of yarn. It is just astonishing. So I think Liz wins the birthday prize, that's for sure. Judy, you like this cardigan, and it's the first one you knit, and you enjoyed the instructions. Fantastic. So what I'm wearing, I should probably let you know, this is part of my memories, which is why I'm wearing it. And I do love that I can take something that I knit so far in the past and I still enjoy wearing it. So this cardigan, we've been going through the years. If you missed anything, or you want to see some of the milestones along the way with Stone and Stitches, if you pop into our profile in the highlights there, we've got a birthday highlight, where what we've got is we're highlighting a pattern from each year. Sometimes it's our favorite, sometimes it's something new that I've discovered or something happened with that pattern for that year. And then we've also highlighted something special that's happened from a business point of view. So we started off on Monday with 2009, and then we worked up, and today we're up to 2012. And that is actually the reason I am wearing this cardigan. Is it was the first year I did the Craftsy classes, which anyone who hasn't come across them, they're online classes. Originally started off ones that you downloaded, and they've since kind of moved into a streaming platform where you can download the patterns. This is Portulaca, and it was the class that was called Celtic Cables. And both this one and a short row class were the first 2 online classes I did. They were definitely a trial by fire because I had never taught on camera before. And I was suddenly over in Denver recording from a Monday to a Friday, full days every day. And it was intimidating and it was intense, and I learned so much. And it actually got me started on the journey that I'm still continuing on today, which is moving most of my patterns into online workshops, doing online knitting masterclasses, and just having my content available to be able to access online on a as needed basis. Because when you're knitting and you want to learn how to do something, a live class isn't going to help you. You want to be able to pull up something that you can play it again, slow it down, play it as many times as you need to. I'm getting a lot of love there for the short row classes because they have a short row class. I'm not sure if it still is. Originally, it was a free short row class. So it actually introduced a lot of people to short rows and the things you can do with them and the different techniques with short rows and the fact that short rows were more than just wrap and turn. So I'm going to also have a quick flip through the first 4 patterns that I designed. Just a quick kind of pulling them by. If you want to know what all of the events that are going to be going on over the next couple of weeks for the birthday, pop into the profile, click on my the birthday link, and it'll take you to the birthday page, where it'll tell you all of the live events, in-person events, giveaways we've got, and there's also what you'll find up there is we've got a birthday collection. Every single day we're adding a new pattern to it for going 1 year at a time. If there's workshops or if there's kits for that pattern, they're added in as well. And there's automatically 15% taken off that. You won't see it when you see the prices, will be the full price. Once they're added to the cart, that 15% will get taken off. So you also took it and you've got the class in crafty. You need to go back to it. Absolutely. I am a big believer in short rows. So here, patterns, Trilo. This is I'll pull it up here. This was from 2009. And the fun thing with this for me is it was me reinventing raglans, and the front and the back are all together, and it was all about experimenting with construction. So that is Trilo, and this one was in Fiber Space Scrumptious DK. This is from the next year. This is 2010, and this is a drift. This is a shorter version, but what it actually is I'll pull this open. You can either have it tucked like this, or you can have it open like this. And this was in a very loosely knit lace weight. I think this was Malbrigo. And again, very simple, but it was all about the construction, that the waterfall front was created at the same time as the raglan. So it's just all in one go from the top down. So that was 2010. Here we have, this was originally a shawl that was done with Twist Collective. A lot of my first designs that were published were through the Twist Collective, which is now, I'm afraid, no longer with us. But all of the patterns came back to me, so I redid this in Nua. So this is Trousseau, and it was one of the first shawls, lace shawls I did. And I love it because it looks far more complicated than it is. It's a circular shawl, and so each section, you've got increased rounds along here, but in between, all of the rest of it is identical. It's a really easy, really fast lace pattern that just flies off the needles, but looks far more complicated. And that's something else I think that stuck with me, is I'm really fond of patterns that look much more complicated than they are and give you a lot of impact for not too much work, hopefully, or at least things that if you have to learn how to do it at the start, it gets repeated so that you can get a lot of value out of. And this is today's one, and it was one of the first knit-alongs that I would have done. This is Ravi Nua. The original was Ravi. Ravi Nua I would often prefer because it's a little longer. The original one was cropped. It decreased as far as the waist, and then you have these short rows working across the back. So this was a really big experimentation with short row, because the yoke was done side to side, completely shaped with short rows, with the lace, kind of the, well, slip stitch lace panel all the way across. And then you pick up stitches and the back is shaped with the short rows. So the newer version includes German short rows, which would be my preference, with garter stitch. And it has a little bit of increases after the waist, so you've got a bit more length. So that is why it's the Ravi Nua I've put into the actual bundles you'll find on the website. That was knit in Nua, so it means that you've got quite a lot of colour available with it as well. You're looking forward to knitting the shawl. Yeah, it's still one of my favourite shawls. I know I designed it in 2011, but to me it is kind of the perfect shawl. It's very dramatic with the lace, very easy to do. It's also in a sport. There's two weights. There's either a fingering weight or that's a sports weight. The larger size is actually done in a fingering weight, and all it does is has more repeats so that it works further out. But the stitch pattern is identical. It just comes a little bit further out as you're going along. So over the next few weeks, you keep an eye out just on my stories and a little bit up on the grid. There'll be a new pattern added up every day. You can either get the patterns as they come up, or if towards the ends of the couple of weeks you want to kind of wait and gather what you want together, all of them will stay up until the end of the 2 weeks, and then they'll come down on the 16th. And the 15% off will be there for the full 2 weeks as well. Robin, you're new to the shop. You feel you need another job to buy all the things. Oh, they're not going anywhere. They'll still be there when you want to get them. But yeah, the 15% off is just for a couple of weeks, but the patterns are always there, fortunately. Looking over here to make sure that I mention all the things that are coming up now. So the next live online event is going to be next week. I'm going to have a lot of fun talking with Laura Nelkin. If any of you have met Laura either online or in person, you will know she is an awful lot of fun. And we've known each other for years. I think it could be as far back as 2010 we possibly met over in a trade show in the States. And we've always gone on, and we have an absolutely fantastic time when we do get together. So next Thursday, which is Thursday the 11th, we're going to have a YouTube live chat between us, which will be a mix of us reminiscing between the business and how we both have grown business-wise over the years. We will have some live giveaways during the event. And if you want to make sure that you know about it, you can just go in, hit subscribe on my YouTube and click the notification button so you'll be notified when it goes live. But it's 4 o'clock Irish time next Thursday. And we're going to have is 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time in the US. Monica, she's so much fun. You met her on a retreat a few years ago. Yes, you have. you're in for a treat if you haven't met Laura before, because she's a lot of fun, no nonsense, and maybe her friend Lola might make a drop in. You never know. So that is the next live event we've got happening. Next week, we've also got the first clue for the Holly Blue cardigan, but I will pop in on Wednesday instead here for an Instagram live. So I will talk through the clue next Wednesday before we do the other live. The next birthday live we're going to have is we will have a live Zoom on Saturday the 13th, 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, where we're going to, my other half, Joe, is going to be joining us. He's actually in Florida at the moment, but he's going to be joining us, and we'll kind of talk through how we work together and what a big part of the business he's been. We might have a couple of little quizzes. We're going to have a few really, really nice giveaways. With one really big giveaway for that one, we're going to nab a Galway Blanket Club, where either that, or if you've perhaps got the Galway Blanket Club already, a Next of the Seasons Club. And it's going to be a big giveaway both for people who've registered for the Zoom on Saturday the 13th, or if you can't make that, we will also have a second registration list. And the final thing is an actual in-person in-shop here in Cork. For anybody that's here, there's a registration to be able to come to an event here from 3 to 5 Saturday the 13th. So All of this information is all on the landing page. As each thing goes live, we're going to be opening it up. So keep checking back to that landing page so that you can make sure that you always know what the next event coming up is. And a lot of people actually, and a lot of them you will need to be registered for. Two reasons. One, so we know who's coming, and secondly, because we've got so many prize giveaways, and the registration means that we can get in contact with you, and that if some of the prizes are picked after the fact, they're going to be open. Now, the very final thing I want to finish with here is we're doing a giveaway from our live today as well. Now, it's not going to be in relation to the questions here, but once the live is closed, I'm going to put the live up on the grid as a video, and I want you to answer one question. And then 24 hours, 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, we're going to pick a winner. And the winner is going to get a shawl. The main winner is going to have a shawl kit of your choice. There will be a second prize, which is going to be a digital book of your choice, of my books. And the third one is you can have your pick of one of my digital classes, a pattern class, a master class. The choice is yours, anything that's up on Teachable. And the question, let me make sure I get this right, is when did you learn to knit? So I'll pop those up as well, and we will make sure all of that goes when I've got it live. Don't answer it now, because any comments that come up here are not going to be entered in, because you lose them once the live is over. So those are going to all be, once it's up on the grid, that is when we're going to actually pick our winners from. If you're watching this on Facebook, same thing goes on there. Comments will get put up, and we'll make a big pool of all of the comments and pick our 3 winners from that. Will I send an email with the Zoom registration link? Yes, I absolutely will. In fact, that will be going out this weekend. So if you're on my newsletter, you will actually get an email with each of the new things that are coming out. So the 2 registration links for the, how you subscribe to YouTube for the Laura Nelkin chat, and the Zoom registration. Both of those will go out in the email over the weekend, so you won't miss anything. But thank you all very much, both for all of the lovely messages that are coming in and celebrating with us this week. And hopefully you will enjoy all the events and the giveaways that are coming up over the next in the next 10 days. Well, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's fun already, but it's going to keep on going. Thank you everyone for joining me. Bye.